So today we're here to talk to the lovely Prue Macsween, well-known Australian publicist, social commentator, TV personality, radio personality. But something you probably didn't even know about Prue was the fact that you never really wanted to be a mum, did you?
Not really, no. I mean, probably because I was so focused on my career, and I'm a bit old-fashioned. Having been a latchkey kid, you know, because my father died when I was young, so mum had to go out to work. So you're letting yourself in the front door and there's no one home. I thought, no, I don't want to expose a kid to that. So basically I just decided career first. Loved children, but just loved everybody else's, just not mine.
But then, of course, you meet Chris, and he has 3 children. You have a 7-year-old, a 10-year-old,
12-year-old,
and a 12-year-old.
Exactly. So this is the man who was the man of my dreams, but he came with all these extra little accessories. So what I did was in virtually audition them, because I thought I ain't taken on a whole heap of crap and trouble.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and basically, stepkids can be because of either they're being used as a tool by the other parent, a way of getting back at the parent. So I met these really 3 charming little individuals who'd been raised so well. You know, they were country kids, they had really old-fashioned values, so disciplined and well behaved, and I thought, yeah, you can fit into my life.
And they all moved in with you straight away, pretty much.
They all moved from the country to the city, and I had to give up my bachelorette pad and get this home, their family home.
With real bedrooms and everything.
Yeah, exactly. And then worry about, well, what do kids eat for breakfast, and is that wholesome, and school lunches. And I think my first welcome to motherhood was the 7-year-old, Susanna, who'll kill me for saying this, called me into a bedroom the second night they were there and said, "Oh, I've got an itchy bottom." And of course had her legs wide open, and I had to investigate. So I mean, that was sort of my welcome to motherhood. But very rewarding, at times very frustrating. You want to kill them.
Absolutely.
You know, particularly as there were 2 girls, and once they discovered makeup, you know, I'd go to work and suddenly be rushing home to go to a function. Where's my makeup? Or
you met with Ronald McDonald when you get home with lipstick everywhere.
So you have to just chill a bit and realise that it doesn't matter if the house isn't as tidy as it would have been, all those things, because there are so many other wonderful things about being a parent.
So you're absolutely not a wicked stepmother?
Absolutely not. I didn't try to be their mum, even though really I was their mum for more than their mother in a lot now with the time gone. But I always used to talk about their mum and say, how's mum and what would mum have done, because I think it's really important. These children have been through a separation, a divorce, having to move away from their other parent. It was a big traumatic thing for them, so I thought it was important to involve their mother in their life, and also not to try and take her role, but be like an aunt almost. Even though I call them my kids, I don't say my stepkids, because I really look at them as my kids.
And what do they call you, Prue?
Prue. They call me Prue. And
tell me they say Prue. Do they say Prue?
They call me everything.
I can imagine.
They're hilarious kids.
Yeah, good.
A lot of great character. We've never had any trouble with them. So that's something that I have to say is a testament to their father, who was a great dad. There was a lot of love, laughter, but discipline in the family. They were good kids.
So do you find, Prue, there's always that one thing that you say that when you were growing up you thought, if I had kids, there is no chance in hell I'm going to say that? Something your parents said to you?
Look, probably not, because, I tend to be totally embarrassing with my kids anyway. I can't remember that my parents said anything terribly embarrassing other than, you're going to be in big trouble when you get home, because I was always a naughty one.
Surely not.
They do cringe, because I used to, I tell all their friends, sex education, give them, because so many parents are derelict in that duty.
Very much
talk about the birds and the bees. So I was giving them the whole full shebang from very early in this piece, because you've got to arm them with this kind of information. I didn't want a bunch of pregnant kids on my hands.
No, that wouldn't have been a good thing. So what do you think the best piece of advice that you could give to someone who's now about to have children, or they've met someone and their husband has children, etc.? What would you say to them would be the best piece of advice you could give?
Yeah, well, I think, you've got to keep a sense of humour. You can't treat them as just your friends. Too many parents want to be friends with their kids. You've got to give them parameters. Kids need that in their lives. And that means, there's no phones at the dinner table. Have dinner at the dinner table. That's where you actually connect with the kids. Don't let them disappear into their bedrooms with the door closed. Make sure that you are a true family in the essence of what a family is, but also celebrate the fact that each of them's an individual.
And is there a punishment that you've given that you've gone, oh?
Oh, never that. I mean, I'll always give a punishment. I'll take devices off them. I won't let them go to something. They've been grounded for a week. All those things. But generally, I have to say my kids are really pretty good. The little irritants that they have, I can cope with.
So your laziest parenting hack, what would it be that's incredibly lazy, do you think that you do?
Probably, I hate housework, so I used to love having helpers. They all got chores to do, so that was great. So probably... oh gosh. Well, just embarrassing them at the worst time. I tend to do that with all their friends, but they liked it. I think they thought, people who know my public persona know that I tend to be out there. So, they've just got to accept that I'm going to say what everybody in the room's thinking, but it's never wanted to say it.
Oh, yeah.